general craziness of it, the impact on your life.
We have gone through so many stories and we said, you know what? This should not be kept to the two of us. Megan, you were wrong.
Oh my God.
We were very wrong. Yeah.
I didn't expect it.
We decided to just go quick live today to respond to breaking news, but then also our mea culpas for how very off we were on this.
I thought they were just going to care about the ratings, Erin.
So they what's happened, Megan?
Okay, first of all, proof of life /live. The World Cup game is on behind me. Brazil is up 2-0, and
so this is not a hostage video. That's
right. I just want people to know it is not. Also, I didn't put my makeup on, but whatever, because I didn't know we were going to do this until we saw what we saw. Okay, so let me kind of update you on all the things. All right, last week, the news came out that GMA3 co-hosts Amy Robach and TJ Holmes were having an affair. We don't know if that affair predated, postdated. They're now going on separation/divorces. But either way, it was huge news last week. We talked about it in our YouTube video that aired on Friday. But since then, Erin and I have learned that we called it incorrectly.
So, okay. And I don't know how deep we want to dive in here, but I think that we actually, even though we've only been out for a couple of years, Megan, I think we almost came from a different world. And our take on it was, as long as ratings are high, which of course this has led to higher ratings. They even came on air, TJ and Amy, after all of this broke, that we said, hey, your job is good, right? Because ratings equal revenue. And so we assumed that they were safe in their little anchor chairs, and that has not proven out.
They are not safe in their little anchor chairs. Now, they have not, in all fairness, they have not been completely fired. They have been pulled from the anchor desk. Now, what we don't know is if that's just for now or that's forever or whatever. So I will read number one. These come courtesy of Page Six and the New York Times, but through my favorite source of news ever, Mosh. So in the top left, you can see Mo News. That's his little icon right there. And MOSHEH. I recommend it highly.
Yes.
One of the best accounts. And it's really how I get my news now because I find it so much easier. But anyway, okay, so here we go. TJ Holmes and Amy Robach have been taken off air from daytime show GMA3 following the alleged affair between the co-hosts.
Can I just jump in and say, I don't know why they're saying alleged when they've already admitted, but
have you seen them in bed together?
No.
That's why. Okay. So ABC News President Kim Godwin told employees that while their alleged affair was not a violation of company policy, the decision to take them out of their anchor chairs was necessary for the GMA brand. Okay. So think about GMA. They're like friendly family morning thing, right? For the most part. So I guess that's what having an affair with your coworkers, probably not on the family brand.
Also, when both are married.
Yes, of course. Now, if they weren't married, everybody would be like, oh my God, this cute little relationship, right? And also keep in mind, GMA is owned by Disney too, right? Like you can't get a whole heck of a lot more family.
I've heard that's a family company.
Than that. Right. Okay. So sources also say the affair has not gone down well with top GMA anchor Robin Roberts, who is, quote, not only very religious, but also doesn't like to take this kind of scandal tainting the show. Mm-hmm. So look, she's been there for so long. I did GMA. I was working in Miami. So we're talking like 15 years ago. And Robin was already a fixture there. Okay. So the woman has been on that show forever. If this is making her uncomfortable and she has given her life's blood to that show, they will probably choose potentially to really heavily weigh her thoughts on that as well, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't want to lose Robin, right? Like, you can't.
Right. And so what the boss has said, and the boss, Kim Godwin, is a woman of color. And so maybe that plays into it as well, because I think that they have promoted stations across the country, more minorities, because they have a different take on things. And maybe morality, because we've talked about morality clauses in contracts, are something that is more on their radar as to the old guard.
Yeah. But apparently this was not even in violation of their contracts or company policy, as you will see.
You're right. You're right. And so Kim Godwin, she said that they've basically made this announcement because it is an internal and external distraction. She is saying, again, that they're off air. She doesn't know when they'll be back on air. She wouldn't say whether they will lose pay. And then she says, quote, I'm asking that we stop whispering about it in the hallways. Godwin said of the furor surrounding the host relationship. You know what I think is always interesting, Megan? I have always found that rumors in newsrooms are always true.
Pretty much. You got a bunch of
Pretty
reporters.
much. And the way that is because we as reporters want to know the truth about everything.
You know what? I cannot. Small example here, Erin. I was like at my daughter's soccer practice the other day, and there were two guys that were at the soccer practice, but they clearly had on jackets that were associated with another club. And I was like, oh my God, someone's being scouted? Like, who are those guys? And so I was taking a lap around the upper thing, like, I cannot leave a man down. Like, if there's something to know, I have to know it. And these are the types of people that you've got in newsrooms, or you wouldn't be in the business. And I did the weather, and I still feel that way.
Well,
you know?
and even to take it one step farther, I hate being lied to, right?
Oh,
And
you
so
really, really
it's
hate it.
one thing if you know something's going on and maybe you shouldn't knows about, but it's something else when you know people are being purposely deceptive. I worked with a woman who very clearly was lying about her age in the newsroom. Like, why not just throw chum
Like,
into the
by
water?
how many years?
Just one, which also boggles my mind.
What's the point in that?
I don't know. So what did we do? Grabbed her license. Not I.
100%.
When it was out somewhere anyway. So don't lie. Don't ever lie to reporters, people. Figure out something else to do. Don't lie to reporters.
So, I mean, but like, not only to reporters, the thing that I think maybe played a part in it partly is the fact that they were not even remotely apologetic. It was like, yeah, we done did it.
Well, and another one of the reports is saying that TJ's wife was, quote, blindsided by it.
I mean, not only are there ex-spouses, however they're defined now.
Their children.
Yeah. They're having to go through the separation of a marriage, the breakup of a marriage, plus all this on national television. So, geez. But I mean, now
And
what,
this is
though, is the
also
question.
more than just the one strike you're out, because now that people have started digging, it's come out that TJ Holmes probably has had an affair with a producer as well. This is according to Entertainment Tonight and Daily Mail. So, yeah, sigh. Again, I'm surprised. And I will talk about an example in Chicago. I am not naming names or professions or anything. I think you know about this, though, too, Megan. There was a person who was on air in Chicago who was having an affair with a professional sports player who was married. And everybody in the industry knew.
Yep.
But nothing happened. And nor would I ever say anything. But I wouldn't say anything because I wouldn't want the family to know if they didn't know.
I mean, usually who you're sleeping with is your own business. If you're married, it's your own business and your family's business and their family's business. However, when you're doing this and it comes out and now you're on Good Morning America,
It's aired by business.
It's fair game. It's if anybody wants it to be their business, it can be their business. You know what I'm saying?
We have lots of people watching, and
Yeah.
hello,
Hi,
and
everybody.
thank
We've
you.
done
I
this in
know.
a
So
while.
yeah, we just wanted to just get in there and be live. This is also just an important reminder that we are exclusively streaming on our YouTube page right now, Broken News with Erin and Megan. So if you can please like and subscribe there, then you will never miss an episode.
Erin has a really good question. Erin with 2 A's, actually. Not Erin with an E like you.
Erin with 2 A's.
How does this impact their bench, given that Robin George and Michael work 120 to 140 mornings a year? That's a really good question because
they've already named the bench.
Who is it? I missed that.
Now you're gonna ask
Pull
me.
it up, Erin.
Okay, you talk. I'll go find it.
At a show like that, okay, so like if you're working in a Chicago and you're working in a local station, the bench is usually just like if you're the morning show, the bench is like the anchors who work the weekend morning show or the weekend night show, or you have some reporters who everybody knows is okay to anchor, whatever it may be. Like it's not so premeditated and well thought out, but at that level, okay, so like once you reach the level of Good Morning America, the level of CBS mornings, whatever it may be, they know. Like they may try new people out to see if they can add a new member to the bench. But speaking of me watching the World Cup over here right now, it's the same thing. Like they are thinking about who's on that bench, who comes in, where, when, how, why.
So this is it. I mean, it's Stephanie Ramos. Oh, of course, when I do this, it's gonna
Do you need a better night's sleep, Erin?
Stephanie Ramos.
Okay, I don't know who that is actually. Should I?
No, but she's already been on the desk many, many times there. So I
Mm.
think, I mean, I don't need to think. They have a very deep bench. And Gio
Oh,
Benitez.
Gio Benitez. Now that makes total sense because Gio is very well loved in ABC. He came in to WPLG, which is a station in Miami, after I left that station. So we didn't work together. But everybody that I know who worked with him thinks he is just a lovely human being. I thought that they were looking for his moment anyway, like that he was
Gio's moment?
one of, yeah, Gio's up and coming to me. Like I feel like
Yeah.
he'll be sitting on the desk,
Mhm.
regularly soon.
Well, you would assume that I would be able
Oh,
to
yes.
populate a picture of him here now, and I can't.
No,
So, but
Erin,
yeah.
you can't. It's
Does he have
fine.
a Chicago connection too, or am I wrong about that?
Gio?
Gio
Chicago?
Benitez?
I don't
No?
know.
No? Am I
I
wrong
can't
about that?
remember. I can't remember.
Yes. And then we have Mike saying, I don't understand why it's anyone's business. I know, but okay, but it's not just social media,
That's what
Mike.
I
It
said
is,
at first, but
yeah, it's also very much this industry because these people are celebrities,
they
right?
are.
And it's part of the product and it's part of the brand. This is why we've talked about before how they can control how your hair looks and what your clothing looks like is because it's all part of the brand. So is the GMA brand the fact that they're going to employ people who are maybe having extramarital affairs? It's the brand.
They don't probably love that, especially because the people, it's not even like TJ was having an affair with, okay, we didn't hear about the affair with the producer, you see, because that didn't make news because it was only one part of it. And he probably didn't have as high of a profile at that point, whatever it may be. Now you're on a national show with someone who's more famous than you are. I would say Amy is more famous, more well known than TJ at the time that they both got on that show. And so now it's a bigger deal because it's two famous people, not just one.
Well, we're going to go and eat our humble pie because we were way off.
We were off. And props to Kim Godwin, though, I think. Like, I feel like even though that didn't violate, look, you're trying to promote a brand. And I think that is really important. Sometimes we think about the brand and like there are negative implications for the people who are on the air. Like, you can't do this to your hair. You got to wear this again. And it feels kind of stressful. Sometimes protection of the brand is like really important. And sometimes it is super warranted. Like in this case, if you're a part of Disney and you're part of a show that's supposed to be family friendly, etc., what kind of questions are those opening up at the morning breakfast table, right? So with your kids, like, oh, is that the one that was having an affair with those two? And then kids are like, what's an affair? What is that? I mean, you know where it goes? All the
Oh my gosh.
places.
That's why
None
when
of it
Elliot's, I've told you before how Elliot is very into Greek mythology and talking about all that Zeus did has been quite the challenge.
Yeah, they were pretty
Yeah.
prolific, weren't they?
No, it is very interesting. And also because Robin Roberts, do you know, I would assume that not only is she morning anchor, but she's probably managing editor, executive
I'm
producer.
not sure. All I know is that she became so much more to that show when Katrina hit and her
Oh my
hometown was
gosh, I
in that
remember her
area.
reporting on Katrina.
Yes. It is
Totally.
very rare, I believe, to find someone who can be that open, honest, forthright with their emotions, with their feelings in that moment. And then you remember she went through her battle with cancer, with a couple different types of cancer, I believe, breast cancer, and then it turned into another type, I think, a little bit down the line. So she has been so open with herself that I think, you know, you gotta you got to respect and honor that. Like, if that's making her that uncomfortable and she has put that much blood, sweat, and tears of her life into that show, if it's making her that uncomfortable, she's not the
She
only
gets
one.
to control the brand.
She's
Yeah.
not the only one. She is in large part the brand. The brand is her right now for that show in this moment. We all know, like, look, it wasn't Matt Lauer. You can be replaced. We know that. But when you are not replaced and you are so important in that moment, what you say has weight and it is important, right? So,
yeah.
gotta mind your business.
I wonder if there are people lower down on the food chain who are even just a little bit happy that they got pulled off, right? Because then the whole ladder moves up a little bit. But we don't
are stepping into that position. I mean, they may not be happy that the way it happened, but I'm sure they're or what the implications will be for the people they're replacing. But I'm sure they're excited to get their chance, right? And the question is now, I think, Erin, I would love to know your take on this before we dip. They haven't fired them. What do they do with them now?
Well, now I think
do they ever come back?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. And especially now with TJ that there was a previous affair. I think at the very least he's gone. But it sounds like, again, I am not condoning. I don't care if you had a divorce in the works and you cheated before it was official. I think you should wait. But Amy's divorce, it sounds like it's just moments away from being officially official. So
right. So do they do something different for TJ and Amy, or are they both gone?
No, he's gone. I think maybe we'll see her reporting from Alaska.
Speaking of, did you know there's an Alaskan king bed? This was news to me this morning.
Like a California
totally take,
Is like a California king?
Yeah, but bigger. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Like, I'm sorry,
I gotta hop off though.
180. But I learned that today, and I was like, "How is this thing that I've never heard of exist and for sale?" It is.
Sounds like Megan has a Christmas wish list.
No, that would be too big. Like, wait, it would take up the whole room.
And you got to find sheets
families who sleep with their 87 kids all in one bed. I think.
All right, I got to scoot. It was good to see everybody. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube page.
Because we do this every Friday, just not every Friday on the Facebooky.
Yes. All right. Bye, Megan. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.